Dear students, I have come with a new module, that is acceptance. So we have seen that first a proposal will come, then it will become an offer. Once the offer is accepted, it will become an acceptance. So offerer who's giving an offer and offeree is the person who's accepting that. So we will see the legal consequences for acceptance. What is acceptance? All this will be covered in this module. So what is the importance of acceptance? So a contract emerges from the acceptance of an offer. See, a department store or a supermarket giving an offer for a weekend, or a PVR show, they are giving an offer. So that means it's an offer. So somebody will accept, then it will become an acceptance. So the acceptance is the manifestation by the offeree. So the offer is from PVR is all for the general public. Whoever will accept, they will become the offeree and they will accept that. So of his assent to the terms of the offer, if it's 50% discount for the weekend or 25% offer for the weekend, or it's friendship day, so whatever the offer they are offering, for the friends they are giving 50% offer. So then they are accepting the terms and conditions of the offer. So an offer when accepted becomes a promise. So once it will ripen into a promise, if you are not following that, legal consequences will be there. Now let us see the definition of acceptance. Section 2, subsection B of the Indian Contract Act 1872 defines acceptance as when the person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent thereto. When a proposal is made, the offeree is showing that acceptance or his willingness to accept that offer. The proposal is said to be accepted. It can be for anything, sale of a property, sale of a land, sale of a vehicle, anything it can be. Now, this statement is very important by Sir William Anson, that is, acceptance is to an offer what a lighted match is to a train of gunpowder. You know that if a train of gunpowder, if nobody is going to touch that, it is safe. But if a matchstick will come in touch with that gunpowder, it will explode. So same thing he is making through his statement, that is, acceptance is to an offer. See, offer as such, it has no problem. It will not create any legal consequences. Whereas once you accept that, it's your duty to complete that requirement or whatever you have accepted. So it produces something which cannot be recalled or undone. Once you are giving your acceptance, you cannot go back from your word. You have to accept that and you have to fulfill that. So we'll see the valid rules regarding acceptance. There are 8 points. So the first point is acceptance must be given by the person to whom the offer is made. So when we learn offer, we have seen that offer can be specific or offer can be general. Offer can be general. We have learned with the Carlyle versus Carbolic Small Case Company. Anybody can accept. Offer by the companies, advertisements, all that are general. Whereas some offers are with that intention to deal with that particular person. So that is the specific offer. So acceptance must be given by the person to whom the offer is made. So this is talking about the specific offer when the offer is made to a particular person or a particular company. So here Boulton versus Jones. This case happened in 1857. A was running a business, and usually when they sell the business, they will inform the regular suppliers, customers and all. So A sold the business to B, his manager, but he has not informed anyone. So here the problem is C was a regular supplier. So what C did was, C continued to supply business thinking that A still owns the business. But actually what happened, A has sold it to B. So the item was received by B. So then this matter was raised in the court and C confirmed that I had my intention to deal only with Mr. A, not with Mr. B. So the court also verified that there is no contract between B and C because the business A has sold the business to B. This is not informed to C. So C's intention was to deal with Mr. A. So this contract between B and C, there is no contract. So it is a void contract. So this will make sure that acceptance must be given to whom the offer is made. Second point is acceptance must be absolute and unqualified. There cannot be any terms and conditions attached to that. Because before accepting, they have to discuss the terms and conditions and they have to reach a consensus. So changes in the terms and conditions of offer will make the acceptance invalid. A job offer. See, you are giving the condition, though you are offering me full-time job. I am ready to work only part-time. This acceptance is invalid because you are adding your terms and conditions. Before acceptance, you have to discuss and you have to reach a consensus whether you are accepting full-time or part-time. Now the next point is acceptance must be in the mode prescribed or some usual and reasonable mode. So acceptance must be in the mode prescribed. So that meaning whatever the mode prescribed. Sometimes they will tell you have to reply via email or you have to send a hard copy signed by parties or anything you have to call and confirm. So acceptance must be in the mode prescribed or some usual and reasonable mode. What is usual and reasonable mode? Now the WhatsApp communications are common, emails are common. So this, if you confirm by email, say for example, I am getting an offer through to evaluate a PhD thesis. I will, the moment if I am ready to accept that thesis evaluation, I will immediately send a confirmation mail. But they will be sending the hard copies also. So I'll ask them through the mail when I'm sending that confirmation mail, is that okay if I'm sending you the mail, or you want me to fill the hard copy and send it again? So that meaning then they will tell that no, email is enough, that you don't have to send the hard copies. That meaning I'm accepting that offer. So acceptance in some usual and reasonable manner. If WhatsApp is allowed or email is allowed, you can go ahead with that. Or if they insist in that message itself, they are communicating, this is the way we want. So if mode for acceptance is prescribed, that has to be followed. If they are following email or telephonic conversation, you have to follow that. Fourth point is acceptance must be communicated by the acceptor. So if somebody is asking me to write a book for them, so I have to, if I am accepting the terms and conditions, I have to communicate that I am going ahead with that offer. Then only that offer will become, or the acceptance will be valid. So acceptance must be made known to the offerer. See here one case is there, Powell versus Lee. In this case, P was a candidate for the headmaster post in a school. See what happened, the managing committee decided that we will appoint Mr. Powell. But one person from this was not communicated to Mr. Powell. They will have their own official sources to communicate that. They have not communicated. But whoever, one person who was there in the interview board, he communicated to the candidate Mr. Powell that you are selected. That is the grapevine or the informal communication. So Powell became very happy and he was ready to get appointed for the post of headmaster. But actually later the managing committee decided they are not going ahead with the appointment of the headmaster. So here what happened is, see, Powell filed a case against the committee, managing committee, why he is not appointed. But here you have to remember that managing committee, though they decided that he will be appointed, they have never communicated it to Mr. Powell. So acceptance must be communicated to the offerer, otherwise it is not valid. So here the managing committee's decision was right. Though the informal information has gone to Mr. Powell, that it is not valid on the managing committee. So that case, whatever the decision of the managing committee, any time before communicating to Mr. Powell, they have the right to cancel or dismiss the decision. Next point is acceptance must be made within reasonable time and before the offer lapses or is revoked. Reasonable time, weekend offers for movie or for restaurants or pub. So whatever is there, it's for time limit, business hours, they will mention. That meaning within that hours you have to utilize that, otherwise it is not valid. Before the offer lapses. See, a weekend offer, if you are going with that offer on Monday, you will not get it. Before the offer lapses. See, sometimes advertisements I'll see in the newspaper, a job offer, but later they will decide, or a tender quotation, they will cancel that. How they will inform the general public the tender is revoked or cancelled? They will give another paper advertisement. Refer to our advertisement dated so and so, but we are informing you or the general public that we are cancelling that offer or the tender what we have already advertised. So there is one case, in this case, Ramsgate Victoria Hotel Company versus Montefiore. This case happened in 1866. Montefiore applied for this Ramsgate Victoria Hotel Company shares in June when they applied for that. He applied in June, but the shares got accepted only in November. So here you have to remember that there is a time limit. Now you know that due to the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act, within 120 days they have to give the applicant that verdict whether they are allotting the shares or not. So that meaning June, July, August. So November meaning beyond 120 days. So that here the Montefiore has no obligation to accept the shares, because within the reasonable time company has not informed that the shares are not allotted to him. So here this is a valid case. Acceptance must be made within reasonable time or before the offer lapses or is revoked. Within the reasonable time. Reasonable time will be usually mentioned in the offer. Now, sixth point is acceptance must succeed the offer. So acceptance should come after the offer is made. Here you have to remember, nobody can accept. See, imagine that my car is very old. So nobody can come and tell me that I am ready to buy the car. If I am ready to sell the car, I have to give the offer first. Then whoever interested, they can give the acceptance. Now, seventh point is rejected offers can be accepted only if it is renewed. See, once an employment opportunity was offered by an institution, so you rejected that. Then later you lost the job. Then you cannot go back and say that that offer what you made few months back, I'm accepting that. If they want to, if the organization want to employ you again, they will give a fresh offer, then only it can be accepted. So fresh offer has to be made. If once you are rejecting that offer, if you want to accept that, it has to be either renewed again, then only you can accept that. Now the last point is acceptance may be expressed or implied. See, just like offer, it can be expressed or implied. Acceptance can be expressed when it is expressed in words spoken or written. See, you go to a cash counter, you go to a restaurant, you order the things. They are ready to serve you. They, according to your conditions, they are taking that order. They accept that, you paid the bill, you had that food, you're happy. That is an express of acceptance. Express acceptance. You are ready. They are ready to accept your offer. Whereas acceptance is implied when it is implied from the circumstances or from the conduct of the parties. Imagine I'm ready to, I'm getting an offer to write a book. So I'm not giving that because the manuscript they are telling that they have to be ready in 3 months. So I am not ready. I'm not giving that acceptance because I started working that. So when the publisher is asking, I'm telling that I'm working on that. So within 3 months, I've started working on that. I will be ready to submit that because I already started working on that project. So it's implied from my behavior that I'm ready to accept that offer. So that acceptance may be expressed or implied. So 8 points are there to make a valid acceptance. These are the things we will consider to make a valid acceptance. So this is what I want to explain in this module. Thank you for listening. Happy learning. Thank you.